Alright, today I'm doing some errands and I thought I would take you along with me. Some of them are in my hometown. I'm gonna get my mom's mail from her P.O. box that I still have open. I'm gonna get some flowers for my pots. I'm gonna get some groceries here where we live, and we'll just see what thoughts come up about grief, because I'm sure they'll come up, and I do have a lot of thoughts today. So I've been going to my hometown pretty frequently. Our vet is still there for the cats, and I don't want to get a new vet, especially for Tigger, who has some autoimmune issues. So I've been going there pretty often, and sometimes I kind of just zone out, and then other times it feels kind of emotional. I don't know, today when I was getting ready, I was just like, man, I don't know. I feel emotional going today because so much just happened there. You know, there were so many events. It's so rich with history, the good and the bad, especially of the past year of her being sick, and I hardly ever left that town while she was sick, because that's where I was needed, and I kind of just went to local grocery stores and stuff and did lots of errands there and just stayed in that town, and that's where her house was. And then even when she died, that's where I was needed. And so it's really weird not being there, but it's also weird going there and like not having anyone there, not having her there, not having any family there. And I have friends there, of course. It's just one of those visits and times where it just sucks. Like, and I'm just repeating over and over in my head, this effing sucks, and there's nothing I can do about it. I've never been to our local nursery without her to get my seasonal flowers. I feel like I'm turning into an elderly person. Whenever you go back to their hometown or somewhere they used to hang out a lot, they're like, oh, I did this there, and that's where we did this, and this is the park I played at, and this is, you know, where I met your father, or whatever. I feel like I do that now, and I think it's just how we hold on to memories, and because that stuff matters, you know, even though it's gone. I can definitely feel that my brain is still trying to protect me from the magnitude of what has happened in the last year or so, because I'm just like, this is really significant, and I'm grieving kind of quietly lately, and I grieved pretty loudly at first. I think it just hasn't caught up with me yet. When they say grief comes in waves, I feel like that also means as time goes on, you notice the loss in different ways. We already had our first like holiday season without her, but it hasn't even been a year since she passed away. And we have bought our house, but you know, we haven't like had a baby without her here, or had a death after her death, things like that. It also just recently started getting easier for me to do things just for fun, or even fun things that they may have like purpose and production in them, to enjoy myself a little bit, just for the sake of, you know, being healthy and living life. So I had a lot of like guilt with my grief, and guilt of doing fun things when my mom couldn't do fun things. And then, yeah, when she died, then she really couldn't do fun things. And I'm not trying to like make a joke. It's like, I don't know, it's like this weird empathy. It's not weird. It's this weird type of empathy where you just feel bad for someone because they died, and it's like, I feel guilty doing anything that's remotely fun because they can't do anything, and I feel so bad for them. These people are driving like freaking maniacs. Don't come to Eastern Washington. Nobody knows how to drive here. No matter how many times someone would tell me, well, you need to take care of yourself, you don't need to feel guilty, it doesn't work. You kind of have to get there yourself, just like with like most personal change and transformation. You kind of just have to get there on your own. And I just had to get there on my own. The words of others did influence me, but nobody could make me snap out of it except just going through what I needed to go through. Alright, got my little bag. Got my grocery bag because if you come into the store without a grocery bag, people look at you like you're a planet hater. My cart just flew away and hit someone's car, but there was no damage, so like, it's okay to walk away, right? The people staring at you when you're filming yourself thing, even if you're in your own car, is super real. Part of also having had a lot of major loss in your life and trauma and subsequently grief, you kind of just learn to let the absolute suckiness and terribleness to coexist with the really good things in your life, and like you have this determination to live a good life and a beautiful life and a full life, even though you've suffered so much, but also at the same time you are still suffering, and learning to like let those two coexist, I feel like it's just everything. And I feel like you're just constantly learning to do that and constantly reminding yourself that they can be there together at the same time, and it doesn't mean you're being disrespectful to what happened, and it also doesn't mean that you're like wallowing too much. And it's just gorgeous out. I'm so happy, so blessed, so sad, but so blessed. Weirdest thing ever. Life just keeps getting weirder. I keep getting older. Life keeps getting weirder. Just gotta embrace the weird. Finding people who also have really weird lives really helps. Like this guy who's tailgating me and could easily pass me. It's pretty weird. That was literally so fun and so emotional at the same time because I just kept seeing things that my parents loved, and I just kept thinking what my mom would say every time I picked something out. And so it was just a beautiful experience, and I am like literally so freaking stoked. So stoked to get this stuff planted. So let's get these babies home. Picking out plants and planting things is one of the things that I would do with my parents that I'm doing now that really helps me feel close to them. And the joy vastly outweighs the pain and missing them. And even missing them during this activity makes me feel closer to them and makes me feel like I'm keeping their memory alive. It helps me keep their memory alive, and I'm just loving it. And it's so good for the soul to plant stuff. I just love it. Excuse me, sorry.
Thank you.
And it was all garbage, per usual. We don't really get anything important anymore, so. Well. It was a good day, afternoon. I aimed to get to Prosser at like noon, and I got there at 4:45, so only off by 4 hours. Not bad, not bad. I am so ready for dinner, and I can't wait to get my plants all situated. It's my favorite thing to do when it cools off in the evening, and just go out and tend to my plants. I'm gonna put some with like our little cat cubby and like have it overflowing the cat cubby. I'm so excited. I will document that when I get home. Does anyone else who shuffles Taylor Swift's music every time they're in the car feel like they play Guilty as Sin like every 10 songs, or is it just me? I mean, I love that song. It just seems a little excessive. Here's the haul. So I have trailing Verbena. Just kidding. I have trailing Lobelia, which I'm really excited about. I love this color. And I've got petunias, these dark miniature purple ones, which my dad absolutely loved. Light purple ones. I've got white begonias, which are good for shade. I've got these impatiens that are like this orange color. I've got a different variety of begonias, a tuberous in this pale yellow. And then I have this potato vine, these dark potato vines, a couple of those. And then I don't know what this is. Variegata. It's just kind of like a little filler for greenery. And I got this super cute pot, and I'm gonna place that, somewhere that I will show you. And then I got these cute little saucers to go under that, and then a different pot that I have. So I'll show you the setup. And that is my haul and my little errand day. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, there's a little quail. Run! It's not safe here. The cats. Here is the finished product from last night. It was dark when I got done, so I couldn't take a video, but I think it looks really cute.